everybody, to another episode of the Underbelly Hours. It's been a little bit of an impromptu break that we've taken, but it's nice to be back. You know, I was thinking, on the drive back here, I was like, it's nice to be back after like a little bit of a small little break. Nice to be back recording some podcasts. Yeah, we got some new fancy lights too. We have a new fancy computer.
I don't
from
hate
Josh.
working with you at all.
Oh.
No.
Well, I think
I didn't have a nice vacation or anything that made me rethink why I do the things that No, I'm kidding. Yes, it feels really good to be back. And yes, we got some new toys. We got some lights, so that might help the situation out.
It would.
A new backdrop will be coming soon. Mm-hmm. But we also have a new theme song, so we should just go straight to that.
Yeah, let's go to that and show it off. So, hi, I'm Adela.
And I'm Dan.
And you're listening to the Underbelly Hours.
In my basement.
Take off your coat and stay a while!
All right. Woo! Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, it's the boy. All sorts of things are happening on the show today.
Welcome to the show.
It'll be a good time.
If you like what you hear,
are you ready?
You can find us on Underbelly Hours,
all sorts of
on all the socials, where you get your favorite local takes on the local greats.
Here it comes, ready? Sing it with us. When I hum it, I have to hum the new theme song now. Okay, cool. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was recorded by all of us here. Just, we just jammed on some
It was like
notes.
we just threw like two ideas and we picked one. It's like, let's just keep working on that one.
And then we screamed into a microphone a couple of times.
We did. It was fun.
I wish we had some behind the scenes of that, because that would have been...
Yeah, we should have.
That would have been really funny to watch, but hopefully you guys enjoy that. Speaking of music that's like actually good, though, let's move on
Instead of a crappy little jingle.
Yeah, let's move on to the shout-outs of the week here. And
because we haven't done these in a while either.
I know, because now we do
we've been slacking.
Slacking a little bit.
Slack-a-lacking. I don't know what this is what happens when we take a break and I come back. It's too...
Dan's too happy. What the hell happened, you know? Oh. Alright, Dan, who you shouting out today?
I'm going to, we're slowly but surely getting through our emails that have been backed up for... there's probably some from last year that might
I'm sorry.
Sending an email like, hey, sorry it took us so long. We died or something and came back to life. So we're here now, responding to your thank you for waiting so patiently. Mm-hmm. So this is one I found by a duo named Chord Boy. It's very nice, chill, singer-songwriter-y, indie, just like, the lyrics are very fun. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are inspired by video games. There's some nice references.
Oh, we love nerds.
Use of references. So like one song is called RuneScape. Nice. And it's just like a tribute to RuneScape, which is pretty fun. But I'm going to shout out Secure Attachments. It's the third song off their album, Night Bads, which you can find on all streaming platforms if you just go look up Chord Boy. And it's fun chill. She has a lovely voice.
Here it is.
Boom.
Secure attachments is the wording that she uses when she says that I don't got 'em. She says I fear the bottom too much. pulls me under when I remember all the times I failed to swim. But I look so weightless on this raft, holding your hand. I'm smiling to forget the distance between us and land. With you it's easy to forget what it feels like to be filled with sand. And I wanna keep you in a dream far away from me. And my tendency to sink, falling feels like dying, and falling feels like flying. So why am I always crying? Falling feels like dying, but I'm gonna do it. Secure attachments like your arms that pull me closer in the nighttime when I need it. And I believe you that you mean it when you say that you want me to stay.
Boom. All right. My shout out of the week now is going to a super cool lady who was recently shouted out by the Chicago Sound Check, and she has a cool interview over there. Go check that out. Read it on their website, chicagosoundcheck.com. I'm talking, of course, about a girl named Nino, who is absolutely phenomenal. She has blue hair now, which she's rocking that cool hair color, and she's doing a lot of really fun stuff over on her social media sites. One of them is, I believe, a collaboration with a microphone company, and I think, correct us if we're wrong here, Nino, but I think that's this collaboration with that microphone company is one of the sparks of this latest song. She was inspired to just write something completely new for this little collaboration that they did together, and it's called Let's Ride, and it's really, really nice. I love it when Nino channels a little bit more of her. She's always got like this jazzy influence no matter what she does because of her background. But in the music video itself, there's some interesting, I know she's learning a little bit more about like production, so there's some fun little electronic elements that sweep in there, and the chorus is just really nice and perfect for like driving down like a...
It's good cruising music.
A highway. It's called Let's Ride, so that also, you know, definitely
there's
inspires
gotta be a
those
connection there somehow.
But I really like it, and you know, I'm also just super happy to see her playing all of her shows that she's been playing recently. She did, I believe, Lakeview Fest or something, Lakeview Fest.
Well, she also did one of those things that's like pops up.
So Far Sounds. She did a couple of So Far Sounds, which was really fun, and she's also a really good person to see live because she does a lot of audience interaction, so if you ever can catch Nino in concert, go ahead and do so. But now, let's take a listen to her new single, Girl Named Nino, Let's Ride. Chicka chicka.
Out of my way, got a lot of golden years to make up. Got a little wings and heart, meant for bigger conversations. Round and round the bend we go, round and round we chase and follow. How does anybody win? How does anybody come through? In this elevator, we've got 60 seconds to impress you with what you didn't ask for. But we are here to listen, we are patient, we are here to win this. We ain't just competing, so we ride. Look another day under the sky, painted till it's golden. Let's ride. See this all the way until it's game over, baby. Game over. never outdone. Shovel all the way until there's no more. Rock, paper, scissors, and run. Play the game, but live to one more. I ain't asking what to do, but I do need some direction. Always banking on a hope. Always steps from graduation. On the celebrator, we got 60 seconds to impress you with what you didn't ask for. But we are here to listen. We are patient. We are here to win this. We ain't just competing. So we ride like another day under the sky. Baby, till it's golden. Let's ride. See this all the way until it's game over, baby. Game over. So we ride like another day under the sky. Baby, till it's golden. Let's ride. See this all the way until it's game over, baby. Game over.
Okay.
All right. So, if you didn't like our picks, then too bad. We think your taste in music sucks too. So,
But keep sending them over, underbellyhours.official@gmail.com. We are getting caught up on our emails and appreciate all of y'all for sending them over. It's really, really fun to read through what everyone's submitting.
yeah.
Boom! Okay, then we'll edit this part and it'll be into the interview. Go!
Or do we want to shout out events?
Oh shit, we gotta shout out this. Okay.
Shout it out.
Yeah. We also haven't done this part in a while, which is our event shout out. We used to do like a little concert calendar
Yeah, we did.
on the Underbelly Hours, but now because I do a concert calendar for WPNA FM, I think I've totally dropped the ball on concert calendars for for Underbelly Hours. So let's do a little quick shout out because lots of really cool events are going down soon, right? Starting with DZ Fest.
Boom. The big
happening
one.
this weekend, September 25th and 26th in Hickory Hills. This is just incredible. Ben just turns his entire backyard into a festival. 2 stages, porta potties, like taco people are gonna be there. It's just
he gets food trucks. I mean,
trucks.
he's been posting updates on the stages that he builds himself in his backyard, and it's like, oh geez, like, they're legitimate stages. He's building these like really nice stages, or stage.
I think there's 2.
There's 2,
There's
right?
2
Yeah.
stages.
Yeah,
and
there's 2.
what's cool about this year's DC Fest in particular too is that they're going to be collecting money towards a scholarship for kids who are interested in going into music or need financial aid and can't afford musical instruments and stuff. So extra incentive to go to the festival. Not only like incredible music, but also great cause, and it's run by like one of the freaking coolest human beings
Ben is
in
such a
this
cool
local
guy.
scene. Ben is incredible.
There's so many cool artists that do videos with him.
Yeah, and if you don't know Ben, you can also find out a little bit more about him by going to our interview with him.
Yes.
It was one of the more recent ones that we did this summer. He talked a lot about DZ Fest and kind of his inspirations for doing what he does.
Was he the first guy to actually like come in person again after doing all
he might have gotten that
all
honor.
the
Yeah.
Skype interviews?
I think so.
Yeah.
Of course, it had to be Ben.
It had to be Ben.
Had to be Ben.
So if you don't go, you're a horrible person.
Stop it. But
And you're stealing the chance of a potential,
Yeah, Dan?
never mind.
You should check it out, though.
I was already too condescending at the beginning of this episode. I'm not gonna...
You should seriously check it out, though, yes.
Yeah.
Also, our friend Trey Elder over at Quiet Pterodactyl is putting on, or helping to put on, I assume, because he's posting about it a lot.
Maybe he was our first in person.
He might have been our first.
They were like back to back.
They were
cool.
fucking incredible people. So
Amazing.
Trey Elder, Andersonville Fest is what he is helping to put on out in Chicago And this is looking like an incredible time as well. There's going to be not just music, but also food, also like theatrical experiences. Like someone is going to be putting on, I kid you not, like the Willy Wonka in a band form somehow. They're like going to be doing some sort of...
They're making a musical
Willy Wonka performance that he has told me is absolutely fucking incredible. It's really fun and hilarious to go see, so go check it out.
Are there going to be Oompa Loompas?
I hope so.
You can't do it without Oompa Loompas.
I assume so. I don't know, because he's been a little mysterious about it too, so I guess you'll just have to go and find out. I'm trying to remember who else is on. There's just so many good people that are going to be playing that festival. I think mostly, though, from what I've seen, it's a lot of like pop and electronic and R&B people. There are a couple of rockish people, I think, but like Emily Blue stands out as like one of the headliners because she's Emily Blue. Because she's Emily Blue. But go check that out, Andersonville Fest, happening this weekend. And finally, as if you didn't have enough options of
shameless
shit to do, shameless plug about our Spotlight event happening this Saturday at Dry City. It's incredible. Amazing. 3 acoustic acts. We're going to have Rogers and Cooper. We're going to have Amelia Harlovich. We're going to have Big Fans Band. And we're going to have great beer. And best of all, it's free. But if you do go, we really encourage you to tip the musicians because, you know, it's been a rough time. And these are all absolutely incredible people that so deserve to be supported. Yeah. So,
But seriously, I'm really like blessed that we've been getting the talent that we've been getting for these showcases. It's just like all of our favorites have been agreeing to do this for, and it's like, I don't know, we're like doing something.
We're doing something.
You want to do things? We're doing things. We're doing things at Dry City. Rogers and Cooper is amazing. Amelia, we're switching it up. She plays piano.
What? Piano?
Piano, you say?
She's a pianist.
Those nice ivory
keys.
Ebony and ivory.
I don't think she's going to be bringing a keyboard that has ivory because it'll probably be electronic keyboard. But who knows? They also have a piano there that has actually ivory keys. And then Big Fans Band is just fun. They're inspired by jazz and
aren't they like
Django
jazz, gypsy?
Reinhouse. Yeah,
gypsy jazz.
They're inspired by that, and they make their own music in that style now too. So cool! So come check it out and come hang with us. Say hi, meet us in person, because we're not scary. Maybe Dan sometimes.
Sometimes look scary, but really, I just like to sound like an asshole.
He's not really an asshole.
I don't mean the horrible things I say to people on a regular basis.
Come check us out. It'll be fun. And now we're here with our very special featured guest of the episode. A guest that I haven't seen in like 3 years or something like that. It's been a while. But I know Doug. You have yet to meet Doug.
I don't know Doug.
But this is Doug.
You're about to know.
He's fantastic. He has his own solo album out right now, but is also part of the Ridgelands. Welcome to the Underbelly Hours, Doug.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Moving a little slow this morning. Had too many last night, but it's all good.
Yeah. You came in with a good size Dunkin' coffee though.
Yeah.
Was it worth it though? Good times?
What's that?
Was it worth it though? Good times?
Yeah, it was a going away party for one of my good friends, so
nice.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
It needed to go down, you know what I'm saying? There's no way around it. Just had to tie one off, you know?
For sure. Well, Doug, you're here because you're promoting your new album.
Stay Broke, yeah.
Yes. Which means that I think it is only fitting, really only fitting, if we subject you to one of our games as an icebreaker for this episode. And for the icebreaker,
yes,
I'll let you pick, Dan, because you don't know Doug that well, so I guess I'll let you pick. Do you want to do the 5-second challenge game, or do you want to do the synthesis game? Mm-hmm.
Or how you always want to call it synesthesia game.
Synesthesia game. It has
I have
nothing to do
no
with
idea
synesthesia.
what that is. What is that?
Synesthesia is when you like see in colors and like you mix your senses.
When you hear
kind of
like a
mix.
note or you read a note, like music is associated with colors. So
right on.
like if a piano player has synesthesia, the keyboard will be colored. Like they just see.
Oh, that's where their patterns are in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Or if they're reading music, sometimes like the notes will be like a G would be blue or a A would be yellow, and it's like
your senses get crossed.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. It's very
That's
cool.
fucking wild.
It does have nothing to do with the game.
No, the game that we...
I just always want to call it that for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. That was such a... And it was so long that we called it that.
I know.
I just didn't have the heart to tell you that.
I'm glad
you had no idea what you were talking
about.
about.
I'm glad you... This is why you're on the show, Dan. You're here to fucking keep me straight.
Yeah.
When I go off on my tangents.
I like to throw you under the bus.
That's true. So which one should we do?
I don't know. I feel like the synthesis game will allow me to get to know.
All right, fair enough.
Right.
Have you played the synthesis game on Underbelly Hours before?
I don't know what it is. I could have,
So
maybe.
We basically just ask you 3 questions that ask you to describe your music in ways that are not music related.
Non-conventional.
Okay, this should be fun.
Yeah, so...
Because we get tired of being like, what genre are you? Everyone always says like indie, folk,
I
rock,
can't
pop,
answer that shit. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
This is the perks of being off
Good.
air.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to yell at us no more.
That's true.
So...
Okay, I'm ready, I think.
Yeah, let's hit you with some 3 fun questions. Adela, would you like to start us off?
Sure, I'll start it off. Doug, if your music... There's some talk of drinking in here, right? Drinking.
Yes,
If your music was an alcoholic beverage, what alcoholic beverage would you associate with your music and why?
Probably fucking Malort, because it's trash. Tastes like rotten grapefruit, just sitting in your ears and going through your mouth, all kinds of goofy stuff.
Yeah.
You know? You don't want no part of it.
It's one of the most accurate descriptions.
But you buy it anyway because it's Chicago and it's cool.
Wow.
I thought people just buy it so that they can trick their friends to drink it.
That's what I thought at first too, but now it's like a thing. People are like, oh, Malort, man, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. No, I don't.
Yes, thank you for speaking the truth. But Malort, really?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like, it's like here's an album. You have like your album in front of you, and you're like, this pairs great with
Malort.
It pairs great with bad times. Like I don't know. For me, that's where they came from. All the songs stem from some sort of weird experience.
Okay.
I have a theory about Malort that because there are people who do like it. And they swear by it. They like actually enjoy the taste.
I don't think they actually like it though.
No, I think they do. Because I've met these people. And they're not psychopaths as you would assume. The caricature of somebody liking Malort.
Yes.
They're decent folk.
I could drink it.
But
why would you subject yourself?
I think there's a gene. No, this is my theory. I think there's like the same gene that makes people hate cilantro that makes it taste like soap to them.
Dude, I have that.
But I like a separate cilantro. Gene. It's the Malort gene. That for some reason it actually tastes good to you.
There's some bad genes there, dude.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, Scott did not give you a good hand with that.
These people out there, they like it. They like the Malort.
That's a good explanation. That's as good an explanation as I've ever heard, to be fair. Alright, so question number 1, though. If Tall Doug's music was paired with an alcoholic beverage, it would be Malort.
Yep.
Okay, question number 2. Dan, throwing it to you.
If your music was the entrance music for a superhero, what superhero would that be?
There's nothing even heavy enough on that album to even go into that world. I don't know. Like a superhero entrance or like a wrestler's entrance?
Either or. Just any kind of hero of your choice. The scale of super can be...
It's subjective.
Yeah.
I don't know. Superhero? I don't know if I like superheroes.
Okay. Do you like the wrestling heroes out there?
I like Sting. I saw Sting in real life. couple weeks ago at that AEW thing.
Okay.
Where what's his face came back, CM Punk. It was cool, but I don't know. Is entrance music you're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like they walk into the room and then just boom.
Which song of mine are you saying?
Just or like in general, if they were like, okay, you gave a wrestler a playlist of your music.
Oh, maybe Wolverine. He hangs out in bars and stuff. He's like a
okay. Yeah, no, I think that works. Yeah. Okay. Wolverine would be a good fit. He's always just drunk, trying to kill himself.
Not that I'm saying you should be drunk all the time.
Right. But it does have that.
He makes
sense.
Nice I think
bar.
Wolverine makes sense.
Yeah. That Let me grab a bev and contemplate my life.
I just sit over here, look at my beer, and just think about life.
Yep.
That's all I can do.
Just wait until somebody comes around and starts a fight with you.
And I stab him in the gut with my 3 fingers and fucking whatever.
That's
the end of that guy.
Great.
And you go on to the next bar.
Amazing.
All right. So Malort.
Wolverine.
Wolverine is drinking Malort.
Let's finish
this.
Let's finish this story. Yeah. All right. So what else should we do here? We already did.
What's he wearing?
Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
If your music, there's a fashion runway. It's got clothes on it. Your music is playing. What are the clothes looking like on this runway?
Oh, they're gonna look fabulous.
You gotta be more specific.
Lavish, just whatever. I get to create my own clothes here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I keep making the noise.
No,
I know.
Okay,
I literally have to go like this, otherwise.
I don't know. I don't know anything about fashion because I usually just find cheap clothes that fit and are pretty comfortable and just wear it.
That's a style.
That's a style. Yeah. That's a vibe.
I mean, I guess, but
it's the musician's style.
Very carefree. There's holes in most of my things, I don't know. Could all the models just, regardless of gender, can they just be wearing dresses and all kinds of stuff?
Sure.
Nice. Yeah. Sombreros too.
Sombreros and
all right.
Yeah.
Huge ass sombreros.
And they all got them backpacks with the straws that come out, and they all got Malort in them.
The camelbacks?
Yeah.
All right.
I love this. Okay.
So
let's describe. Okay, this is what you guys are gonna have to think about in your minds as you're listening to the very first single we're gonna spin right now. Okay.
Wolverine, about to model his new fashion line of a dress with a camelback filled with Malort and a sombrero, and he's walking down the runway to some tall Doug behind him.
And you know what? I just feel like for this situation right here, I think "I Wish I Was Drunk" is a great song.
Yes.
No, the number one.
Yeah. So let's start from the top. Here it is. First song of the episode. "I Wish That I Was Drunk" by Tall Doug on
the Underbelly Hours in my basement.
I saw her standing on the stairs with those goddamn eyes, and she was smiling and waiting there for me to say goodbye. I started walking up the stairs, we met halfway, and then we started kissing each other. That's why I wish that I was drunk. I wish that I was drunk. I wish that I could forget this shit. I wish that I was drunk. 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 I wish that I was drunk.
I mean, stay broke is kind of don't forget where you came from type deal, but also at the same time, it's, I don't know, I feel like you experience more when you have less, you know, and like worldly, like kind of, I think it's important. A lot of people just look right over everybody else, you know, and I hate it. So we're here to change it. We got to be nice now.
So
Punk's got to be nice now. You got to treat everybody nice.
Right. Stay broke is more of a philosophy than just like a, no, stay like.
I guess so, yeah.
It's like, yeah. No, it makes sense. It's a philosophy that's, I mean, as old as time itself.
Right,
I mean, even Greek philosophers were like, yeah, excess is just not, you don't need all this stuff. Keep it simple,
Right.
stupid.
Yeah, keep it simple, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what, I guess that's what I do. Same chords every song. It's great. 3 chords, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have more of an approach that's like situational and storytelling and in the moment. It reads like all your reads. It sounds like, a bunch of just reflections, in this album, which is really fun. But I don't want to completely stray away from the topic of the free music thing, because that is really interesting to me. In an age when we're talking a lot about, people are fighting on the internet all the time about like royalties for streaming and et cetera, et cetera. I know you mentioned it's like kind of just your philosophy to keep the music free, but could you go into like a little bit more detail? Why is that important to you to make sure that, you can pay money for your merch, but why does the music itself have to be free?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much money my whole life. I mean, we had money. My parents did enough to buy the house where we lived in, but we didn't have no fucking actual money, So whatever, hand-me-downs or whatever. But, life would get hard and stuff, and all I would have is the radio. And we had like little, a CD player or something in my room that I would just go sit and listen to, play on my wrestling toys, and I don't know, forget about everything, I guess. But, I mean, so it's always been around. The music's always there, dude. Radios. You walk into a gas station or anything, you hear music. You're filling up at the gas pump, you hear music. Walmart, anything. They got radios going on. Whatever. I was in a Costco one time with my aunt and my son, and they were like trying to sell like a boombox or something like that, So they had this fucking thing blaring. And we get up to the line to go check out and everything. And Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson comes on. And this was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in the world. You had, white people, black people, Indians, Mexican, Arabic, everybody moving, shaking, kind of dancing. And my son was moving and everything. He was doing his little thing in the cart. People coming up dancing with my son just because this one guy, he might be a fucking weirdo or whatever, but he made a catchy song and everybody was moving to it. And for a minute, they forgot about, like, all the bad shit that everybody, talks about each other.
Right.
And I thought that was really fucking cool. I was looking around like, this is great. Nobody's fighting, nobody's arguing, nobody's pissed off. They're all just right here, right now with the music, kind of dancing. Kind of going with the flow, and I always love that, So I guess that's kind of on there, but I want it free because somebody might not have money and they might like a couple songs off there, and it might change their ideas or, might, change their life or something. Or help them out a little bit, and that's all I really want to do is help people. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so if somebody came to you and it's like, here's a record deal. We're going to be putting your album
Jesus.
in Target, exclusive Target package too, and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Are you just like...
I don't know.
Are you telling like...
Well, you always hear all the stories. Everybody's always fighting for the royalties and all this stuff like that. I don't want to do that. What are you talking? I made that. That shit's mine. Like, you have no... I don't want anybody to have control over it. Oh, well, you know, here, we made this t-shirt design. You got to do this, or you can't say that, or go on to that show, or you got to do this. Or, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a lot harder and stressful because I'm not right.
Right.
But, I mean, I guess if I find a good company that wants to work with me, and the deal's good or whatever, you know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'd have to be cross at that point. I have to come to that point and, like, see how I feel right then and there. But,
well, it does seem like that's even just the route that the industry is being forced to make, is making music free, and fans are having to support the artists in other ways. Like,
I mean, it's kind of easy. Yeah. Because we live in the internet age. You can make YouTube videos, podcasts, anything. You could get your stuff heard all over the place. Just have to do the footwork. You got to try, and you got to send your stuff out, and I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like...
I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's kind of like going back to... I might be talking out of my bum here.
You can try it.
It's kind of like...
That's pretty goddamn impressive.
Yeah.
If I have any say on it.
I learned a lot from watching Jim Carrey. So... Yeah, there you go.
And that's exactly... I was thinking Ace Ventura right when you said it.
But, where was I going now? I just
talking
can't get
out
the
your
image
ass.
of
What
Jim
are you
Carrey's
talking
ass.
about?
Talking out of Jim Carrey's ass. You know, normal shit.
Oh, yeah. Back in, like, you know, the more... Before Beethoven started actually, like, charging money. It was all, like, patron type, like... Yeah. Composers...
Pre-romantic era.
Yeah, composers...
He was borderline classical.
Weren't getting, like, paid for pieces. They would just have a benefactor person.
It didn't even occur to me that, like, when Beethoven was around, that people paid to go see him.
Yeah.
Until just now. Well, I was just thinking, like, he just got up there and just started,
the industry kind of, quote-unquote, as it is now, has really started taking off more during, like, that classical to romantic era, because the printing press, like, people were printing their own music, people were starting to be like, oh, well, since I'm printing your music, I should have a little bit of a portion of money from it, ticket sales, all that. But yeah, before him, you know, that is true.
Composers would just have to find somebody who really dug their writing to just keep giving them money and support them, and that's kind of like what we're going down today with, like, sites like Patreon or people who are Twitch or streaming on Twitch. Yeah. It's just not this huge rich patron guy that's giving them some support. It's all the little guys chipping in just a little bit. Right. And those are your patron. I mean, I love the model of Patreon. It's like, it's what it was based off of, a patronship. People just,
well, I mean,
they like your music, just keep doing it.
Well, that's on the Bandcamp too. Like, I had it, like, if you want to, you can. I'm never going to add. I hate selling myself. Yeah. I feel goofy about it.
That's fair.
I don't know how to do it. Hey, guys, buy my shirt. Why should anybody buy my shirt? Who the hell am I?
Yeah.
You know? Whatever.
And I do think that, to a certain degree, you can like sell yourself organically. You can, like, be like,
yeah, there's a way about it.
Like,
because it's got to be done, I guess. I mean, in a certain way, if I want to make it. You know, if I want to...
but it can be done in a way like by making, you know, connections with your fans and stuff, not necessarily what kind of gets us, I know, when we see people scrolling on, like, you know, social media, we're trying to find new bands. When people are out there and they're making posts that just are so incredibly scripted, where the only purpose is to go and buy something, and they're putting on, like, a persona that you can tell that it's not really who you are.
Disingenuous.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube. I got, like, these flower pots over here with my fucking name on them.
Yeah, well,
wouldn't you like these?
Because they're trying to be so universally appealing. Yes. When, as an artist, you shouldn't be necessarily universally appealing. You should be appealing to the people who want to listen to your art, right? You should be genuine to yourself, because there are people out there who like your art and will find it if you are genuine to yourself. is
and that
what I think will happen.
I think people are just the common general audience is also picking up on that, and like they don't really, unless they're just like little teeny boppers, they're just always going to listen to mainstream what's being like pushed towards them. But like people who actually start gaining a taste for music and start exploring new artists themselves, they can pick up on somebody who's just like trying to follow a trend or trying to fit into a sound. And so it's the more just genuine you are to yourself, it's easier for people to latch onto that.
I mean, a lot of times, you know, you go somewhere and you see a group and they look great. You know, they look like fucking rock and rollers. They look like rock stars and stuff. Right. And they get up there and they fucking turn their amps on and you're like, okay, well, that ain't it.
Yeah.
You look good. You look cool up there, but that ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people get their wires crossed, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like, we gotta look the part, and then people, it's like, dude, just who gives a fuck?
To be honest, though, that is...
Go out there and give them your spiel, give them your ideas, you know, give them your songs or poetry or art, whatever the fuck it is.
That is being pushed by the industry, though, right now, because the industry is losing a lot of money in general. The music industry as a whole, record labels. So they're trying to go out there.
It's been a trend for a while. Past
right?
couple decades.
But what they're trying to do...
Past couple centuries, whatever.
Yeah, but like, you know, what they're trying to do is, now that they have the internet and they notice, okay, we can take advantage of people who are like good looking, who maybe have a couple thousand followers or whatever. They can hold a tune relatively, so let's just get them because they look good, they have followers already. We can write songs for them. That's why it's safe, and you know, the stuff that can go on the radio. That's how when I look up the stuff, I know we're tangenting like a lot away from like what your music. We'll get back to your music, but I just get so pissed off because I work at a, you know, pop station, dance music, and when I look up some of the songs. I wish that'd be more fun.
Dance music. I know.
That was pretty bad.
You need more kids for that joke.
So we play like awesome dance music. You look up, you know, any of the songs that we're playing. That's not by, you know. Occasionally we'll get like unknown EDM DJs because our station manager loves like EDM people who are like mixing their own stuff, but like the stuff that's going on Billboard, one song, the songs are getting shorter and shorter, so like it's like 2 minutes 15 seconds, right?
Back to the
has like
50s and 60s.
6 songwriters on it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no fucking sense because they just want to be as, you know, you contributed one word, okay, so we'll add you to the list because it needs to be as safe as possible, as universally appealing as possible, so we can sell you because you are not a real artist. We just found you and want to make you into one.
Yeah.
It's spiel over.
It's garbage.
But yeah, it is garbage. So it's cool. It's refreshing to hear, you know. I think, and that's what we try to do with artists here, is we try to find people who speak their truth, you know, and don't try and sound like other people. So.
I think everybody sounds like everybody regardless. Everything's been done before.
Fair.
All the chords and all the melodies and notes, they're all there. They're out there, you know.
Yeah, you're always going to hear the influences of the artist.
Like, that song sounds exactly like Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's exactly Knocking on Heaven's Door, but what the fuck are you going to do, you know?
Yeah.
But it's how that person channels it like through them.
Right.
That makes it interesting. It's like, yes, you can pick up, it's like, oh, they're using those chords, you know, that chord progression or that.
That's more of what I meant,
When I was younger, I used to hate it. Like, oh, that sounds like that song. They ripped that off. But then I'm like, man, it's all been done. We're all just kind of, you know, you hear a good song, you're like, oh, that lick is nice, or that melody is really, really catchy or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then you kind of, all you do is rework it.
Yeah.
Nobody's reinventing the wheel here.
No.
You know, we're all just sharing the same stories, but we're putting our spin on them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
And if it's honest, it's usually coming like subconsciously from the artist when they like. It's
they're
just
not trying to rip anything.
They're not
off,
actually like listening to the song. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna take that and write something over. It's like it's kind of like they're jamming out stuff, and then all of a sudden they have something they latch onto, and they finish the demo. They listen back, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's totally. Well, it's different enough. It's me. It's me.
Yeah.
So I'm totally fine with that. It's when it's like pretty
obvious.
When it's so obvious and it's in the same style, same like production techniques, like it gets a little sus, like the Olivia Rodrigo thing.
What is that?
Oh, Good For You.
It's a song that totally like
Misery Business.
Note for Note is Misery Business from Paramore. Not Note for Note.
Not Note for Note.
Pretty
That's
damn
too
close.
Close,
It's too damn close. Where it's like, okay, it's not even like the same melody note for note, but in a different style or a different genre.
Yeah.
Like example of that is like Sam Smith.
Yeah.
Stay With Me.
Oh,
like
Tom Petty. That's what I was thinking of too.
Yeah.
I had that in my head just now.
But it's like, I'll allow it because also they settled out of court.
Dude,
he probably gave all of his
that
money,
one is a pretty good ripper too. That's like a good catchy song. Whatever,
but
maybe
completely
it is
different
the Tom
genres.
Petty song.
Like it doesn't sound like
Olivia,
Tom Petty.
Right.
It's just you can hear the melodies are the same, but it's like Sam Smith is still poppy.
See, I thought there was a weird one with that because I was like, it's not too like
it's more
exactly
influenced.
like it. It's not exactly like it. It's like I have to sing the Tom Petty over it every once in a while to see if it fits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is it really ripping it off? And then you sing it.
And
like,
Sam Smith's is like longer, like drawn out melody. This is a little bit faster tempo.
Yeah.
But I mean, you put Good For You right on top of Misery Business, and it's like
same feelings,
it's just a
same
mashup.
style. Yeah, it's a mashup. I think the other thing that's very suspicious about that is that that punk, like kind of more pop punky, emo sound came out of nowhere for her. She was doing like piano-ish ballads, and all of a sudden her producer's like, "We're gonna release this single for you."
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly came out with a punk record. You have to come out with it. Punk's back in.
Yeah. Also,
Punk's cool again.
Also, Will Smith's daughter released a pop punk record. It sucks.
Who did?
Don't see it. Will Smith's daughter also just released a pop punk record.
Shit.
Is that Willow Smith?
Willow Smith.
Yeah, Willow.
The one who did like, I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair
Well,
back
she was like 8 and
still unacceptable.
come on.
It's on it.
Be a better parent.
Well, when there's a Will, there's a Smith,
Oh man! All right. Well, we tangented for a while. That was fun. Well, let's kind of circle a little bit back more towards your tunes and you as a musician, because you mentioned your philosophy. You like your music to be free. You obviously come from a little bit more of a DIY background, just from based on like how you're talking. Can we talk a little bit about how you got into music in the first place? Because I know that this is like a solo album for you, but you also were in a band, are still in a band for a while. So how?
Yeah,
what
when
was
did you
your
actually
first?
start like getting in the scene?
Yeah, introduction
From
to
listening to the radio and the CD.
Yeah, the radio and all that. I think the first time I picked up a guitar, it was, I don't know, maybe like 11, 13, something around there. And this kid, one of my friends from down the street, a neighbor, he had like a Squire Stratocaster, it was like $50 guitar and whatever. So I went down the street, I asked my parents, "Oh, can I get this? It's $50. They're like, $50, fucking They bought it for me. And then like a little practice amp.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything, and I just I found 2 notes that sounded good, and turned it out to be a power chord. And I ran with it. Listening to Ramon stuff, and it was just super easy to... It made sense. And I really don't know anything about music. I can't read it. I probably wouldn't never tab anything out. I could read tabs and stuff if I wanted to, but I usually just do it off feel and notes and sound. If they sound good together, I'll use them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
What was your first band?
Okay, so the first band was, well, we were just messing around, but it was, I actually see them last night because these are the guys I was hanging out with at the going away party. We were called Mr. Rogers Associates.
That's an awesome name.
And the name came.
So fucking DIY.
The name came from. We had a badminton team in junior high.
Yes.
And that's what our badminton team name was. And Yeah, it was a kind of goofy thing. Tony Danza was an associate, and we had all these weird celebrities, you know. Just in our heads, be like, oh yeah, they're part of the association, dude. And so we did that. We had like 2 songs that weren't even songs. They were just like, you know, chord progressions that my buddy would play drums behind, and it was like fun to play loud music, and his parents let us do it in the basement. It was awesome. That was the very first one, and then high school came, and I was just like skating and all that, and I kind of put the guitar down and whatever. And then...
Did you ever try to go pro with badminton?
Oh, yeah, but that industry is a fucking bloodsucker, man. I'm telling you.
It can get ugly.
It's very, very ugly. I'll tell you that.
Especially when the wind picks up, you know.
A couple of my guys didn't make it out of there.
Wow. I'm sorry. I know it's always you know, treading murky waters when I bring up
badminton. Yeah. That's a touchy subject. But we bring up touchy subjects here on the Underbelly Hours. So.
But
That's what we're here for. Right, so I was skating a little bit, and, you know, I was doing that for a long time, and then I was just kind of picked up the guitar every once in a while and come up with a thing or two, and then I had certain songs and stuff, and I was like, oh, I should record these or something. So I got like, what the hell is it? It was like a free program for like your computer. You just downloaded it. Audacity, dude. Yes. And so I had that, and I would record it in my garage, and then I'd show like Mike Schultz, the bass player in the Resistance. We went skating at the skate park one day, and I showed it to him. He's like, dude, do you need a bass player and stuff? I was like, yeah. And, you know, and the next day he went out. He's such a sweetheart. He went out and he bought a damn bass cap and a bass. He didn't even have one. He went out and bought it.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, well, all right, now we got to do it. And then he'd come over with the Skull vodka. We'd go in my parents' basement, get trash, and write songs.
That's awesome.
And it was pretty.
You know,
pretty
it's a
fun.
good friend when he'll fucking go out and buy a bass to join your band. He doesn't even know bass.
He's the best guy.
And he didn't think like, oh, do you need another guitarist? You know, like or
no.
Like, no, maybe.
But the thing is, right? He is a guitarist. He wasn't a bass player. You know.
Oh, okay. So
right,
he was playing.
So he knew something about it.
Yeah, but you're right. He knew how to punk rock.
Right.
Yeah. We're playing 3 notes. It doesn't matter. You know, but he's a super sweetheart. I love that guy. But yeah, he on the fly, just right then and there, he bought all the shit, and then we started making songs, and through friends, we found a drummer, and that one didn't work out, and then we found another one, and that one didn't work out, and we found another one. And,
yeah,
you know,
that's how it goes with drummers.
The whole fucking Spinal Tap thing, and
why are drummers always just the fucking worst?
I have no idea.
I would just say a lot of them are either, they're not dedicated, or they're they're playing way too many things and they overbook themselves.
That is a very well, because everybody needs a drummer.
Exactly.
And if people are like, hey, well, you know, I'll pay you for this gig, you know, I probably would do the same shit. Like, fuck it, all I gotta do is bang on things and get money for it for a half hour. All right. Yeah, but it does seem like that. Like all the drummers, like, shit, I'm in like 9 bands. I don't know if I could. Like, where the fuck do you find the time? What are you talking about?
We trying to fit into 10.
Fuck, I wake up 5 minutes before I have to get dressed and go to work. Like, I give myself no time for anything. I don't know.
So eventually you found a guy, though, obviously.
Yeah. Chris Shinstein, he was the first one, and then I think we got EJ, who later on turned out to play guitar for us. And he's a Nightcap. It's like a Blue Island band. They're really good. They're awesome. And then we got Brett Hartwell. He was in the Frantic, and he's just super good. And he's actually playing drums on Stay Broke.
Nice.
And him and his dad put like guitar and bass over it, because it was just us 3 working on the album. I think it turned out pretty good though. It sounds awesome. But where was I? What are we talking about?
The Ridgelands, I guess.
The Ridgelands,
at this point.
So and then Brett had other things going on, and we got our buddy Dan Alfonsi playing drums for us now, and he's in Still Alive. They're kind of good too. kind of good. They're really good. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, Dan. Don't listen to this, Dan.
Nice. Yeah. Let's take a second. I just realized we've been talking for a long time. Let's throw another song in, just to refresh people's ears. You mentioned that both the dad and the son played on this album, which is really fun. I love that. I love that so much. What's one song that you would pick off of here that you just like feel like turned out really, really nice?
Oh, Letters.
Letters?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a really good one.
That's the next song.
I like that one.
Let's go with it. This is Letters by Tall Doug.
We're on it.
On
the Underbelly Hours in my basement.
In my basement.
I never ran out of gas until you put sugar in my tank. The celebration stole my lover, now I got the party to thank. I didn't want to believe just what my friends were telling me. I didn't want to believe, but I guess it's true. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain. Well, you can't find my name in a Bible. I ain't no fucking saint. I haven't held hands with God in a while. You got yourself to blame. Well, you can turn the page and get a brand new start. You left me with a face to go with my calloused heart. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain. You say you're listening or running away. Your alibi's that up, but baby, not today. Like a record on repeat. Your needle's skipping and it's digging into me. The letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can feel my pain. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain. So now the letters that you wrote me have all gone up in flames. The letters that you wrote can't feel my pain.
Let's kind of circle back around the album a little bit more. You talked about the Ridgelands and stuff. During this, how did you, or when did you decide to like start doing more stuff under the moniker Tall Doug? And where did Tall Doug come from? For those people who are seeing that we're all kind of relatively the same height when we're sitting down, but
Okay, so Tall Doug came from back when we were skating and all that. There was one of our other buddies' name was Doug too, and so it's like, hey, who's coming with this weekend? Because there's so many of us. You swap out, and sometimes you get a different crew. But which Doug? oh, Tall Doug, you know. So it kind of like it was either Small Doug or Tall Doug, and then it kind of just. Well, my last name, and I'm not gonna say it because I want it to be a mystery.
Okay.
It's real shitty. It's a shitty last name, and it's not like like an artist's.
Oh yeah, would you? You don't know his last name, do you?
No.
Okay.
Don't tell me.
Okay, yeah.
Let me guess for the rest of my life.
It'll be a mystery then.
Gladly.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it wasn't, you know, it's not like a Bruce Springsteen, you know, and it's got a ring to it. This one's, it's got the Malort taste to it when you say it, like, fuck.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Not very marketable.
There's like fucking 27 letters in the goddamn thing, and it's like, it's a nightmare. To me, I don't like.
So yours is a length issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine. Well, I guess it could also be a length
Oh
issue.
my god. Oh lord. Yeah. Oh man. I feel like you have to tell it now.
There's things going on up here, dude.
You can take a guess at this point.
Balls with a Z.
I wish. That would be actually cool.
Dan Ball.
Dan Balls.
Cocks.
Close.
Dicks.
Yeah, but without the just singular.
Dick?
Yeah.
Right on.
But like, yeah.
But yeah, trying to market that with the alliteration.
Yeah, dude. What, are you going to wear a hat?
Yeah.
Or something on your album cover just like, I'm Dan Dick.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's me.
Fucking shit.
So, yeah, I like the moniker.
No, yeah.
Switching it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's accurate.
It's kind of wild. Like, we don't often meet people who are taller than us. In fact, when we stand up with our guests, usually people are surprised.
Like, oh, you're both like really tall.
Yeah. This is cool. We like this. More of this. Like, talking, you know.
Get your tall asses down here to the Underbelly hours.
Hit your head on the ceiling.
We gotta clip that, yo.
Get your tall ass.
We gotta clip that. That's so funny. Alright, okay, but you're Tall Doug. When did you start? Okay, because I know sometimes when you're in a band, right, and you come up and you're like, hey guys, I kind of want to release stuff on my own. Sometimes that statement can spark a little controversy in the band, because people are like, oh, what, you don't think your songs are good enough for the band?
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of it.
Yeah?
It wasn't anything, it wasn't big, but, you know, it was out there.
Okay.
So I would... Well, the Ridgelands is like faster, you know, distorted and punk rock, whatever, just like pop punk or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I would sometimes I would sit down with my acoustic guitar, and then you obviously get a different feel out of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really, like I said, I don't know anything about the guitar, so and then I started learning like open chords, you know, like G's and C's and whatever, and. Obviously you get a different sound out of it, and so you get a different feeling, you know, you're in the moment there. So, and I really just I think I just write off a feeling. Like I kind of come up with something that sounds cool to me, and then I'll hum something, and then I'll just freestyle, like kind of just say words until some of them make sense,
right.
And how I'm feeling or whatever, and then I'll stick with that and just try to write off something that like a good line or something, and I'll just kind of form a whole song around that or something. But so I got all these songs eventually that were like different feels than the Ridgelands, and we had a couple that I think we molded over to Ridgelands so it could sound, because you could kind of make them sound any way you want, just play them in power chords and stuff, but I was like, I don't know, I got all these things and they don't feel like Ridgeland songs to me. So then they just sat there and everything, and finally I got unlazy and I recorded them, and now we have this. Now we have this masterpiece.
Nice.
I don't think they could hear, but I did finger quotes before masterpiece.
Right,
okay?
right. You know, there is one song in here, though, that really resonates with me for some reason, and I don't know what it is. But I really love Die With My Friends.
Yeah.
Because, like, usually you're like, oh, yeah, we're all going to hang out and stuff. And it's all about hanging out. But for some reason, like, you're not anticipating necessarily for a title to be called like "Die with My Friends." Usually everyone's like trying to live with their friends and hang with my friends, not die with their friends.
Well,
right?
it's making it. It's about hanging out with your friends until
you die.
You know.
yeah.
And hopefully everybody dies at the same time, so nobody's got to be sad that their friends are gone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like an airplane crash or something.
Yeah, something, you know.
We're all going down, goddammit. Yes. But at least none of us are going to be sad after this, okay? So, you know, hold on. It'll be over shortly. I like that song too. It's a real fun one.
It's a real good song. I do also have to say, though, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I told Josh and Dan about my dream earlier, and I think I was actually listening to the song a lot yesterday, which explains why I died in my dream last night.
I don't think that explains anything.
That's not true because you're alive right now.
That's true.
If you die in your dreams, you die in real life. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, you just got wounded by a very
I don't know. That was
just
weird.
A flesh wound.
Random.
Well, I feel like, okay, I'll just say it now since I accidentally just stumbled into this. Yeah, I don't know why, but in my dream last night, there's like a bunch of things. A bunch of things were happening, whatever. There was like some thievery, like I was like a twin and shit.
You left that part out.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't also, like I wasn't me. I was like, literally, like it was like you're watching me from a movie, so like I was like some completely random person that I don't know. But it somehow ended up...
Are you off your meds again?
The end of the dream, like, I'm on a rooftop. The police are coming in, and for some reason my twin manages to take off, but I'm still there. You left out
so many details.
I don't remember everything that happens, Dan.
Okay.
It's a dream
journal.
Right? Dream.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
Get to the good part.
Police are there. And then I'm like, all right, well, should I just like jump off the building, or what do I do now? I'm kind of over it. I remember feeling like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Let's get this over with. And so I taunted them to like shoot me, but for some reason Barack Obama
shoot me.
Barack Obama steps out from the police line because he's there with the police officers. And I turn around and I'm like, all right, are you gonna shoot me? And as I'm saying that, he shoots me. He doesn't even wait for me to finish the sentence. And that's like, woke up, and yeah.
Oh, Barack the Dead Eye, that's what they call it.
How do you think he got that job?
Anyway.
He Kim Jong-un'd it. He's whacking people. Boom, boom, boom. All right.
It was just so funny that he didn't say a word. He was like stony faced because again the camera was like out so you could see what was happening. Just like without I don't know. Anyway,
true statesman.
Yes, it was weird. I don't know why I shared that, but I guess because we've done enough tangents on this episode that that's.
Well, I thought it was gonna lead into dying with your friends, but you died alone.
I died alone, so
I died alone with no friends.
With no friends, which is not how you should go. So.
Fuck it.
So you wish that you could be singing.
I wish I could have been singing. Yes, die with my friends and been surrounded with my friends.
You wish Barack Obama could have shot you along with your friends.
I wish Barack would have just lined me and my friends right up on that roof and just took us all out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Let's just play the song because I don't know how else to transition out of this.
Beautiful segue.
All right. This is a really fun track on the album called Die With My Friends by Tall Doug on
the Underbelly Hours in my basement.
They said you can't dance under the city lights. They don't want you having any sort of fun. They said you can't drink inside the parking lot. Well, this is my van and these are my friends. We'll do whatever we want. When we were younger, they said we could be anything. Looks like they turned our backs. There's nothing better than good company. Sometimes friendship's the only thing that makes sense. Well, I wanna die with my friends. I wanna laugh, I wanna have a good
stuff. Fantastic. All right. Talked a little bit about music. Talked a little bit about like philosophy. Tall Doug.
Did some dream
interpreting.
Did some dreaming.
Yeah.
My favorite thing.
Yeah. But I kind of want to ask you, because you've been around this Chicago-ish scene for a while now and stuff. You've seen a lot of things come and go. I feel like I want to ask this question because we feel like this has been kind of the case this year now that like shows have come back. But I'm curious what your stance on this is. Do you think right now, comparative to how it used to be, that there are more people interested in local music than ever and more people going out to shows?
I wouldn't say you're interested in local music, but more people are going out because I think, whatever, people are locked inside for, 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've gone already, since shows have been back. Okay, so the bill, the certain bands that are on it, had that bill been on like an open Saturday and like before the pandemic, there would have been like half of the people that were there at the show I was at, 'cause the show was packed. I'm like, dude, these people are just flooding in. And I was like, if this was before the pandemic, these people wouldn't even been here, because in Chicago, everybody's in a band.
Right.
Hey, my band's playing a show. You go on one block, there's, 3 shows on every block, It's crazy, but I think...
So do you think it's just because of the pandemic? Or do you see this potentially, like...
I mean, it would be cool. It would be cool if people paid attention to it more now, like the arts. I think that would be cool. But I really think it's just they're itching to get out. They're itching for a reason to go out and, hang out with their friends because nobody got to see them for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm hopeful that continues because, people are quick to forget, but right now it's still fresh and they have the appreciation of like, oh man, how have I taken this for granted?
They know what it's like now to miss their friends and freedom or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Well, I mean, I think it's cool because the last couple of shows that I played or gone to, they've all been sold out. So people are like buying tickets to stuff, and so that's good. I think that's a great thing. Yeah. But hopefully it lasts. Like you said, it'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm hopeful too because another indicator that, and maybe I was just like super lame when I was like early teenager, but I feel like in my of course we're all super lame, but maybe I just didn't know about this when I was like an early teenager. But I remember like right end of high school and then all through college, I feel like I started hearing a lot more than usual about like DIY house shows, which I think is a good sign that people are like more interested in.
You're saying the house shows now?
Yeah, I feel like they're compared to like 10 years ago. I feel like there's a lot more, but maybe that's just me being dumb, which is also kind of what I asked you.
No, I think they've always been around.
You think they've always been around?
Yeah. Our first show, Richland's first show was they were both house shows. Yeah. That's where we we didn't know where else to play because like what are we gonna do? Walk in a bar and say, hey, we want to play? Like how do you do this? We don't know. Yeah. Well, Mike knew. I didn't know anything, but first couple shows were house shows. I think it's especially like in the punk rock scene. That's how it was. Like fuck it, we got all of our friends are in bands. Like let's just get a garage or a basement and go fucking do it. Yeah.
Yeah, right now, I mean, in the area, the only house show, or the house that's, like, putting on shows right now is Sam Nell's from Furlough. It's the only one that I've really been seeing. Okay. At least actively promoting it. And trying to make it, like, a...
Well, the pandemic, definitely killed the momentum a little bit because...
It's just a little.
Just a little bit, just, like, it's not encouraged to, like, gather a lot of people in one room, shoulder to shoulder, sweaty as hell. Pack them in. But
I've always kind of been jealous of the punk scene because it does have those house shows where people are really like into the music and into like finding the new underground artists. Like I
love
like,
how like
is that Is that mostly a punk thing or an indie thing? Because when that was starting out, there's not many places for you to play, so you guys just end up having house shows.
I think so, right. Like, I think that's how we all fall into it. You know, just, right. Where are we going to play? We want to play.
Yeah.
Where do we do it? How do we do it? This guy's parents are out of town, dude. Let's bring our aunts over there and just fucking play and then get a case of beer and fucking have everybody come over. And then you do, and it's great. And everybody gets trashed and they fight and they fuck up your friend's parents' house, and it's like, you know, it's a good time for everybody except the guy's parents. They're going to be pissed.
Well, actually, that brings up a good... I've never really thought that much about it before, but is it more... I don't know anything much about, like, the punk scene or anything. Is it harder, do you think, to get booked if you're, like, in a punk band? Like, in general, when you go out to bars and stuff? Like, now that you have a little more experience and you've, you know, booked your own shows and stuff.
It depends on what bar, you know.
Yeah.
Like, as a punk band, you wouldn't want to go into, like, a ritzy type bar and be like, hey, we want to play. And the promoter's like, sure. And then you just played a bunch of, like, yuppies that are like, what the fuck are these kids doing? We've played places that, like, the bill was, you know, with like-minded bands and everything. Big ass stage, like fucking, it's like a 4-foot, 5-foot stage, you know, so you're up there.
Yeah.
And when we start jamming, doing the sound check and everything, they're like, you gotta turn your amps down. You gotta turn your amps down. I'm like, what are you talking about? Turn my amp down. How the hell are they gonna fucking hear it if it's at like a 2? You know? Well, you know, they're trying to eat dinner. What the fuck did you build this stage for?
They're trying to eat dinner at a punk show.
Yeah, I was like, who booked this? And why did we agree to this? This sucks. But it was like, it was super goofy. I didn't enjoy it. But there have been places that, you know, oh, you gotta turn your stuff down. And it's like, well, this isn't the right place for us, you know? We need a place where we can crank it and, you know, enjoy it.
What has been, like, a memorable, like, obviously it's hard to pick one, but, like, 1 or 2 really memorable concert experiences? Like, one of the best concerts that you've ever played in?
I've played?
Yeah.
We played with the Addicts one time at the Metro. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
that was fun. Yeah. I've never played the Metro again or before that time. So it was really exciting. And we got, like, first time we ever got, like, VIP treatment for, like, the green room and shit. They gave us, like, a whole cooler to ourselves as the band, like, full of beer. And I was like, that's real nice. You know, we didn't get a rider or anything like that, but it was really cool. And to play that stage was amazing.
That's
just like, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah. Like, all the architecture and everything in there. Ooh. Good feels. So that one, or Double Door, because, you know, the Stones played on it.
Yeah.
That same stage, you know, so that's pretty cool. We played Double Door a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always cool to be able to play on stages that you, like, your biggest influences have played on. You just, I don't know, I feel like you play a little bit more
I know, it's like,
intensely. You're just more
like,
right.
You kind of grab the energy out of it or something.
It's like, things have happened on this stage, you know, I'm on here.
Yeah, it gives you a little more confidence. You're like, all right, I can't fuck up. I'm on this stage. They were on this stage. You can't be goofing around up there. And then you get up there and you goof around.
Yeah.
But you goof around with more, like, energy.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Nice. Such an artist thing to talk about. Like,
yeah.
You know, some accountant is just like, it's just a stage.
No, it's not just a stage.
Suck.
Absolutely not just a stage. Yeah.
It's like,
turn your amps down.
Right. I don't know. I do feel like
seal a deal here.
But there is something cool about, like, the camaraderie, you know, the feeling of togetherness that, like, you kind of get with people who are musicians and people who just love local music in general too. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I have friends, because of music and people in the scene, I have friends who are, like, you know, younger than me, but also, like, decades older. Like, I have a friend, I can call this guy who's 68 my friend, you know, like, legitly, because he's just a cool dude, you know?
I got old friends too, and I love hanging out with them because they teach me so much about life.
Yeah. So what's, like, something, I guess, that, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Like, what's something that like you're just really grateful for from this Chicago music scene? Because we shit on it a lot. There's like things that are not
I shit on it every time I talk about it. This is the worst fucking place. Everybody's so stingy and greedy around here.
Everyone's stingy. Like we talk about, we often talk about the pitfalls and shit. But what are something that like you're super grateful about in this scene? Because we don't talk about that enough. You know. I feel like.
What, the good things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are some.
We do. I mean,
There are
the good things are like
some.
the good
They're
acts,
not
you
a
know?
million, but there's some.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know. Now I just want to talk shit about it.
Yeah, right? I feel like
no, you know what? There's a lot of good people, and I think it's changed a little bit. Like when we were younger, it was, well, I don't want them on the bill because I want to be like the best band, and a lot of people were like kind of hoarding shows and opportunities, and not sharing it with their friends. But like you get into
having like a famine mentality.
Yeah. Right,
it's
exactly. It's like, what the
there's
fuck you
enough for
talking
everyone.
about? You're gonna be playing too.
Yeah.
There's why keep it? Somebody else might like that band. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But now I think people are changing a little bit, and they're becoming more like generous. I'd say, and you get into a certain clique of people, and they actually, you gotta find them, but they help you out. People help each other out there, and it's, sometimes it's shocking. Like, really? Why are you doing this? This never happens.
I mean, that's how you build an actual scene that has some kind of unity to it, that can actually be called a scene, instead of just these little fragmented pockets of genres that sometimes play shows together, or not, because sometimes the bills don't make sense. It's like, why are these bands together?
Why is this metal artist next to this pop singer?
But I like that. I like that more, I think, now. I like mixing it up. So, like, we played Liars Club, Ridgelands did, and we played with Rookie, Criminal Kids, Ridgeland, and then Kirby Grip. And Kirby Grip's, they're like, I think they're a little younger. But, Kirby Grip is kind of like more on the indie side. And then you got Ridgelands, who are like kind of pop punky. And then Criminal Kids are just straight fucking badass rock and roll. And then you got Rookie, and they're kind of like, they're rock and roll too. They're fucking amazing. Those kids are talented as shit. But it wasn't all like punk rock bands, there was a widespread, and there was a shit ton of people there, and everybody would love, like, they got into every band. It seemed like, and I was like, that's awesome. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I think it has to be when it's like a multi-genre, though, kind of. There has to be like at least a sphere that they're all able to reside in, or like a certain,
Yeah, right. You're not going to put one of those guitar tappers into a fucking punk rock show.
Yeah. Right. Or like, you're not going to have
one of those guitar tappers. You know what I'm talking about, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, well, hold up. Can you explain? Because
well, them like fucking dudes or whatever, they get up there and they're like, they're playing these real fucking intricate chords or scales or some shit, but then they start like they start tapping on the fucking guitar.
Oh, like literally.
They're slapping the strings and shit. I'm like, get out of here, dude. Settle down.
I thought you were talking about like tapping, like
Van Halen,
like Van Halen.
Oh no! Well, so they do that shit too.
Yeah.
But no, they like kind of use their strings and the body of the guitar as like a drum or something. I don't know. I mean, you could pull it off. There's certain times, but I don't know. I don't know. It's goofy. Guitar tappers, dude.
Nice. All right. After this interview, I'm gonna send you a link to one of those guitar tappers that I think you actually might enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some pretty good ones.
Oh God, are you guys guitar tappers? Am I talking shit to guitar tappers right now?
I'm not good.
I'm in trouble.
No.
But the point being,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
do whatever the hell you want to do. Tap the shit out of the fucking guitar. I don't give a fuck. Burn the thing. But I mean, you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have him and then like fucking Leonard Skinner or something,
Right.
Yeah. But
the main point is that there's you shouldn't have a greedy mentality to build a healthy scene. It's all going to be working towards each.
Right.
The more artists help each other out, the more it's actually going to be easier for you to reach an audience that's not just other artists, you know.
Well, right, and right, then you get to meet their friends, and their friends might like your shit, you know, and then you got a fan, you got a, you know, whatever, somebody who will buy your music, or maybe buy your shirts, or whatever merch you got, and stuff like that, and that's pretty cool, you know, and then you meet a couple more of those people, and then you could start traveling and making money, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of spirals out from there, if we all stick together.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that goes with every part of life. If we all stick together, we can fucking, you know, you could do this shit.
Yeah.
Or any shit. You can do anything you want to do.
That's so fair.
As long as you stick together.
Yeah. All right. How about like you know?
Yeah, is there like a song that may encapsulate that vibe on this record?
We're all
Stay Broke.
doing shit together.
Because we all should stay broke together.
Yeah, it might have, that Time with My Friends kind of.
It's a great one.
That was that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. We kind of missed it.
All right. Well, let's. Do you want to talk about? Do you have any other? So obviously you released an album. Are you doing shows either by yourself or with the Ridgelands? Any goals?
Ridgelands don't have anything coming up that I can remember. I don't think we have anything. Tall Doug is doing. I'll be at Moonrunners on October 9th. That's at Reggie's Moonrunners Fest. I believe I go on at 2:30, but that's going to be full band. So I got a couple guys playing for that, and it's going to be fun. And for now, that's it. I do want to start getting out on the road and everything, but I still feel with like COVID and all that, it's
hard.
Yeah.
For sure. You've been on tour before, or?
Yeah, with the Ridgelands, not Tall Dog or anything like that, but yeah. We got in the van a couple times.
Yeah.
I sing about it sometimes. Let's see, which song is it? A Million Stories. That's about.
I really like that one.
But yeah, that one's about like traveling and you know, like the inner Doug.
The inner Doug appears.
The inner Doug comes out. He's in a van.
How extensive was the tour? Were you guys?
We did a couple 1-weekers, then we did a couple 2-weekers, and we didn't tour very much, you know, but every summer, you know, we try to get out there, and then yeah, we had a couple 3-weekers. I think we did 1 or 2 of those. California, East, West, you know.
Do you just like pick a spot that you want to get to, try and find some places along the way, and then on the way back?
Yeah, I mean, loosely, we had an idea where we wanted to go, and then I think it's just like, you know, I got a friend in this city. Let's hit him up. Let's see what he can do. Or we got a friend over here. Let's see what they can do. And you know, we made a lot of friends all over the place. Orlando and Tulsa were real big for us because you know we had people out there that were looking out for us, and they would get us good shows and everything like that. And like, come on down, and they'd come down to Chicago and play. Snotty kids from Orlando. We started with them. Those guys were hilarious. Yeah, and then Tulsa was really fun, and that's how we kind of, you know, made friends with them, and then they would stem up, be like, hey, I know this guy in this other state, you know, like over in Denver, like we'll hook you up with them and stuff, you know, and then you just play these shows and fests with these bands, and you become friends, and then you keep dishing out the shows and stuff like that.
It's all about working together. Hey.
That's what we're talking about.
There we go.
Bada boom, bada bing. Bada bing, bada bang, bada fuko, you know what I mean?
Alright, so you know what? Let's throw on one more song. We're going to do A Million Stories, and we'll wrap it up a little bit after that. Here's A Million Stories by Tall Doug on
The Underbelly Hours in my basement. Little, wait.
every single time.
Over into the cameras.
Oh God.
I think Patrick actually came out of Dan in that last second.
The Weedle thing.
That was definitely.
What I was thinking of.
He channeled his inner star.
My inner starfish.
I love it. Nice. All right, man. Think it's time to wrap things up.
All right.
How are we gonna wrap them up?
How are we gonna wrap them up? Well, no. This is we're in a basement, Dan. I don't think.
I'm aware.
Is somebody gonna sneak out behind here and crack me in the head with a baseball bat? You can roll me up in a rug, then wrap me up in a rug, and
there you go.
Boom. Like you're in the mob or something.
Oh man. All right. Well, okay. So you mentioned you have a show coming up at Reggie's.
October 9th. Yes.
And then how can people follow you on the social medias to find out more about when you're gonna play? And what you're gonna be doing with music.
Give Tall Doug a follow. Go on your internet box. It's always attached to your hand. And type in Tall Doug. TALLDOUG. One word, like share. And give it a follow, you know? You guys out there in microphone land.
Also, you do have a video too. So.
Oh yeah, right. Hi. I haven't been looking that way very much, but or you could, and also follow the Ridgelands, and yeah, we'll give you the updates there. I try to post everything every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Quick last little question: do you have plans for like another EP? Like, do you have more songs that you're wanting to release?
I got like 18 songs. Yeah. I just keep writing them. I don't know.
Nice.
They're not completely done, but they're good ideas, good bones. You know what I mean? Like the structures are kind of there. So I just have to sit down with them and fine tune them and tweak them and all that, and hopefully we'll have new music within a year. I think.
Awesome.
Cool beans. Awesome stuff. So
go follow those
Sorry, one more time.
You heard what the fuck he said. Go flip it a bit.
Go follow those pages. Smash those like buttons. And give me some speech learning tools that I can look up and practice my impediment.
Nice. Also, remember, Bandcamp is the place. We go here on the Underbelly Hours to support music. Because you can also download music. That's fun. You can download music that you like. He's got Stay Broke on there by Tall Doug. Go check it out. It's a great album.
Thank you.
Yeah. And what else? I mean, you know what we've got coming up next, everyone? We got the Underbelly Hours Spotlight event happening this Saturday, September 25th at Dry City, 6 to 9 p.m. Free music, and it's going to be incredible stuff. Great beer. You guys are going to want to come check it out. We got incredible artists for this bill: Rogers and Cooper, Amelia Harlovich, and also Big Fans Band. Not something you're going to want to miss.
Is there Malort?
Only if Wolverine brings it.
Yeah. So, you gotta hit up Wolverine and tell him to come to the show.
Yeah.
And we'll bring some more. And then, of course, follow us too, Underbelly Hours. We got on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the streaming platforms, but especially Ox Audio, Chicago-based podcasting platform. We have a TikTok. You can follow it. It's not very good, but you can follow it if you want. And
it's what happens when people who don't like social media try and do social media.
Yeah. Right. And hey though, you'll get to find more things about local music. You can find out music from the Chicagoland area. You can see shows. We take pictures whenever we go out and support people. So it's a really fun time. Come join our little music community.
Yar.
Yee. Right. Yeet, as the children say.
All right, so
you're Adela.
And you're Dan.
And I'm Doug. Don't forget me.
That was perfect. And this has been another episode of the Underbelly Hours. I can't do this. How do we end an episode?
No, because I have to finish.
There's a hiatus.
We've been out of practice for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. You're Dan.
You guys run a tight ship.
Yeah, I know. And you're Adela.
And this has been another episode of the Underbelly Hours.
Did I just say in my basement?
In my basement. Because remember, I used to say this has been another episode of the Underbelly Hours, and you said RWRC, but now we're not on WRC. So you have to say in my basement.
All right, fine. One more time.
All right. Woo! So you're Dan.
And you're Adela.
And this has been another episode of the Underbelly Hours.
In my basement.
Bye.
Leah.
Nice. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, it's the boy. All sorts of things are happening on the show today.
So, welcome to the show.
Oh, it'll be a good time.
If you like what you hear,
are you ready?
You can find us on Underbelly Hours,
all sorts
on all the socials, where you get your favorite local takes on the local greats.
Here it comes, ready? Sing it with us.